fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here for this week's Whip and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you're working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I'm going to be working on my Ocean Breeze by Diamond Art Club. So let me zoom in to where I'm going to be working, and I will be right back. Let me jump in with my regular life, what's been going on in my regular life. Not a ton. We have had some very rainy, thunderstormy days this week, and we discovered that Sable is afraid of thunderstorms. She was laying on the couch shaking, and she would get so upset she would start panting really heavily. So I think we need to get her one of those thunder shirts or something like that. Those anti-anxiety shirts, whatever they're called. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. Oscar, of course, was completely oblivious. He doesn't mind going out and playing in the rain. Sable, as soon as you open the door, if she knows it's raining, she wants nothing to do with outside. We had one storm where it thundered in the middle of the night so loudly that it woke us all up, woke Sable up out of a dead sleep. She was shaking so hard she was shaking the whole bed. So definitely glad we don't have lots of fireworks and things around here, because that definitely would not be good for her. Hubby and I just took another trip up to the nearest big town. We've been driving around. Blackberry Dr. Pepper has finally made it to Canada. So we've been driving around to all the different places trying to see where we can pick it up. And it seems like everybody just got like an initial delivery of it, because several places they just had a couple of cases and then that looked like that was it. So, but I'm glad to see that more companies are coming out with zero sugar drinks. Hubby's now currently in search of the A&W root beer float flavor. I did see today Mug root beer now has a zero sugar, which I've not seen before. We've been able to get A&W root beer zero sugar, but not Mug. Now, if they would only sell Barks in the zero sugar. I like the Barks root beer best. A&W is good, but Barks is better, in my opinion. Anyway, so we've been driving around looking for all the different flavors. Of course, everywhere you go, there is construction. My dad used to say that's how you knew it was summer, was all the orange flowers that started poking up everywhere, meaning the barrels and the cones and all that. It does look like they're maybe finally going to be getting done with some, though, so that's good. Everyone was in a big hurry today, though, on our way back from the city. I'm not sure why. Guess it doesn't matter. I just didn't think we were driving that slow, but everybody was passing us. And then while we were out today, I discovered that I had forgotten my reading glasses. I have a pair of progressive lenses, but all they do is give me a headache. So I usually just wear nothing, and then I have readers for when I need to do reading up close. So we got some, but they're a little bit stronger than what I had before. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't have switched sooner, because it feels like I can see better. And ooh, just got a weird sense of deja vu telling you guys about reading glasses. I mean, it's not that weird of a subject. I'm sure I've talked about it before, but now I'm into a little bit of the fun part here. It's lots of confetti while I'm doing her little crown. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. I don't miss one there. Besides the rainy weather, we didn't have to take the gazebo down this time. It did get windy, really windy one day, but we went ahead and left it up. Other than the rainy weather, it's been pretty nice outside. Yesterday was the day everyone celebrates the big Acadian festival where we are. So everyone had a big party last night. There's been streamers all over the place. Lots more traffic out and about. I guess it's a good day to have a garage sale because there's more people. So there were lots of garage sales that we passed on our way to the city, which seems kind of funny to me, but I'm still waiting to hear back about my lab work about the results, so I'm hoping that means nothing majorly going on. I did also make an appointment to get another cortisone shot in my other knee. It helped my right knee out so much that I'm like, well, I haven't had one in my left one in probably 3 years. So maybe that would be helpful as well for the left. So hopefully sometime this week I'll be getting that done. And also sometime hopefully this week I'll be getting my hair done. Not so much because I'm worried about my roots, but oh my gosh, it's been so humid around here lately with all of the thunderstorms and rain and everything. I can feel my hair frizz up as soon as we walk outside some days. Frizzy hair is not a good look for me. So hopefully I'll get that done this week. And then hopefully everything will be back to basically normal. I hope anyway. Everyone cross your fingers that the cortisone shot helps my knee, because it really did help my right one, so I'm hopeful it will help my left. My left one has been bad for years, but it's getting worse. If this doesn't work, my next step is a referral to a specialist, to an orthopedic or something, which I would like to avoid. I really like all these colors in this little crown up here. They're so soft and pretty. I mean, that's basically it for my regular life. I don't think I have a whole lot other than to say. Just same old, diamond painting, living life. I have gotten myself back into therapy because I've been struggling a bit. Some anxiety and other things, so that's been going well. So yeah, and I'm anxiously awaiting next month, because that will be when my tutoring group starts getting back together again. Everybody took the summer off, took July and August off. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. I think that will be nice. I think that's it for my regular life, so I will move on to my diamond painting life. What's been going on in my diamond painting life? Same as regular life, not a ton. I've just been diamond painting, working on this particular kit. I gotta say, I'm really loving how she's turning out so far. Although this is a newer kit and it's got guide circles. Did they go back to putting guide circles back in their circular kits, in their round kits? Just curious, because I just realized the other day that they were still there. And then I saw Diamond Art Club is going to have a new group for mystery kits, so nobody gets any spoilers. So people can join that group if they want spoilers, I guess, since they don't allow them in their regular group. I wouldn't know. I'm not in either one. I guess I at first just didn't see the necessity of having a separate group, but I guess if people don't want spoilers about what mystery kits are out there, I can see that. I'm not in them, so it wouldn't bother me either way. So if you're interested and you want to know all the things about all the mystery kits, you can join their new Facebook group. It also said something about unicorns that people were looking for. So I'm not quite sure what that means. If there are kits that people, because I thought all the mystery kits were kits that hadn't been released, like they're unique kits. I guess if you know what it is because you saw somebody do it or whatever. I mean, I'm sure if I went looking, the one that I have, I could look and see what it is. I just haven't bothered to do that because mine is one of the super old ones. So working on this one, trying to get it done. I've only got 3 sections after this. So if I can finish this section, then I got 3 more to do, and then I will be done. Then I will have completed my first kit for our water diamond paint along. And then I think I will move on to my cute little seahorse and see if I can get that one finished before the end of the month. I don't know if I'll manage to get them both done, but at least I should be able to get this one finished, even though the crown is pretty confetti heavy here. It's not super big, so I can get at least something finished this month. And I'm still waiting on that loadable pen that I ordered to arrive. It says that it's coming, so I haven't canceled the order yet. I did watch Diamond Painting Jim had a sneak peek of the original one. I think it's called Bead Blitz or something like that. And I watched his sneak peek of it. He got a sneak peek from the guy that created them. He said the ones on Amazon's were all scams. More on that in a minute. But he tested it out. First of all, it only works on round drills, so you can't use it on square kits. And it looks like it has quite a bit of a learning curve. You have to hold the pen a certain way to load the drills. You have to use a tray with no lines in it, although I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I think if you got them lined up and turned over the right way, it wouldn't matter, but the tray that it came with, it says to use that one, and it doesn't have any grid lines in it. But it does seem a bit tedious to load every single drill. It only holds like 20, 22, something like that, to load up every single drill before you place it. I suppose it's about the same as picking up a diamond and then placing it with a regular pin, but that was something he noticed, that with a regular pin, if something is in not quite the right spot, you can use your pin tip to push it over. You can't really do that with that one. It tends to try to dispense another drill if you're doing that, so you have to be really careful with placement. That means you have to single place everything. There's no multi-placing. And I think that was the biggest kind of realization for me, was I multi-place a lot, and not being able to multi-place just means that everything will take me that much longer. I don't know if I'm up for that. For a section where it's confetti heavy like this, it's probably not a big deal. But for something like her face, where I can place, 10 drills at a time, then single placing everything doesn't sound like any fun. And then he originally said all the ones on Amazon were scams, and maybe they are, I don't know. But then he had a short video where he was comparing the sneak peek one that he got against another one. So there must be some copycat ones out there, which may be what I end up getting, I don't know. But it was slightly bigger, but it looked almost exactly the same. And if it works the same, then it's one of those, do you pay for the name brand, or do you get the cheaper knockoffs that work exactly the same? Like, I have Elizabeth Ward trays, but I have a set of knockoff ones that work exactly the same. They look exactly the same. They're the same size. The only way you can tell they're not Elizabeth Ward is that they don't have the EWC on the bottom. And they were way less expensive than the Elizabeth Ward. So I suppose if the brand name means something to you, then you can spend the extra money, or you can get the knockoff ones. Now, I don't know for sure that the pins will work as well as the original, but I'll be interested to see what I get. I think I bought one for like $15 or something, and then hubby saw one the other day when he was perusing Amazon, and they had one on sale for, it was listed for $2 plus $15 shipping. I always like it when you see something like that and it's super cheap and you're like, oh, well, that seems like a good deal. And then you realize it's because there's a ton of shipping added onto it. I'm loving the colors of her skin and her eyebrows and hair and everything in this kit. I think it's turning out super well, and I can't wait to see what she looks like finished. So you guys keep posting pics of what you're working on in the Facebook group. I love seeing everybody's photos. I don't post pics of my own much because I figure you guys see what I'm working on when I do my videos. Plus, I'd rather see what you guys are working on. Also, I did put up a couple more posts for polls for voting on our themes for next year. I think January is still fairly neck and neck. Everything else seems to have a clear winner, but I put July and August up. So if you haven't voted for July and August, make sure you go do that. I'm loving working with all these fairy dust in here too. I feel like I maybe should have added some more, but that's okay. At least her skin is looking really good. I was cruising through YouTube the other day and I saw somebody talking about how there was a diamond painting they were working on and there were ABs in the skin. And I have to admit, I did that. Well, I didn't end up doing it, but when I made Diana, I think I put some ABs in her skin. Basically, I went through and I looked at the list of drills and said, okay, what's the ones that have the highest drill count? Let me buy ABs for those. Not thinking, of course, her face was a huge part of that canvas, so of course there's going to be a ton of drills of that color. I ended up not using very many, but I think I did put some in her face. But yeah, as I started working on other kits, I was like, yeah, this is not a good look. That's okay though. I do like using ABs for makeup and stuff, and I love her eyes in here have, well, there's some ABs for the white, but they have fairy dust for the blue parts of them, which I thought was really cool. I think that just makes them, the shimmer of them just makes them look that much more realistic. That's what I like about the fairy dust, the subtle shimmer of it. I think I'm going to change out some ABs on one of my other, this is actually a water kit too that I could have done, but it was big. My Christmas seashells one, because I remember reading that somebody did it as charted. They said the ABs, the white ABs, end up making the water, because it's supposed to look like the froth of the water, ended up making it look pink instead of white. So I think the white shimmer of fairy dust would work better for something like that. But I'll have to see when I get to that kit. I did make a note of it so I wouldn't forget. I need to finish off her other eye and then fill in all of her skin. I've done this corner here with kind of these dark palm fronds that are out of focus behind her. So over here in this section will be, I'm assuming, some multi-placing with just making it look like clouds and everything. But I just did that little drop on her forehead, so I've got this section of her crown to do, and then this little section of her face, and so I'm getting close to being done. I know it's a little hard to tell when it's upside down, but you can see both of her eyes, and then we've got the little drop on her forehead here, and the crown parts that are hanging down and looping. So yeah, got to finish this little section of her skin and her eye over here, and I've got both of her eyebrows finished, and then some hair over here, and I can move on to the next section. So you guys leave me a comment down below and let me know, how are you doing with your water kits? Have you finished one? Are you still working on one? Do you think you're going to be able to get it finished before the end of the month? Would love to hear what you guys are working on. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.